Fyfe is back. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue Podcast here. I hope you guys are well. I'm so excited. Nat Fyfe is here. Oh my goodness. In saying that though, yeah, look, if you're new to it, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff there. But yes, basically this is the the Hawks versus but yeah, basically this is Fremantle versus the Hawks preview, where I'll give you guys my thoughts on the squad, strengths and weaknesses, 5 players to look out for both teams, predictions, as well as finishing it off with a conclusion. Ready? Alright guys, so before I start, I also just want to touch on the Michael Frederick incident. Now, depending on where you sort of sit, you may think it was harsh, you may think it's fair. For myself, I'm a teetotalist, I abstain from all things alcohol. So for me, I agree with what Fremantle have done. Now, it's not necessarily about the fact that they had a drink, but it's the fact that obviously Fremantle have set a precedent that there is, these rules there to follow. And if you want to be part of the team, they're just rules you got to follow. Again, I prefer no alcohol, full stop. But again, I'm not going to get there. But you get my point. So, yeah, as for Michael Frederick, I'm sure he'll learn from this. I'm not saying he was partying around or anything like that. But obviously, there are rules. I'll go Hawks first and then Fremantle. So, for the fullbacks, Blake Hardwick, Sam Frost, as well as James Sicily. The halfbacks are Jack Scrimshaw, Kylie Hardigan, as well as Lachlan Bramble. And the centre is Liam Shields, Jai Newcomb, as well as Will Day. The half forwards are Connor Nash, Jackson Callow, as well as Jager O'Meara. And the full forwards are Sam Butler, Jacob Koch, as well as Dylan Moore. The followers are Ned Reeves, Tom Mitchell, Chad Wingard. And the interchange is Harry Morrison, Luke Bruce, Daniel Howe, and Changuf Jath. Emergencies are Connor McDonald, Finn McGuinness, Josh Morris, as well as James Blank. And again, apologies for any mispronunciations, if I can get that out. Now, Fremantle, fullback, Hayden Young, Alex Pearce, Griffin Logue. And the halfbacks are Brennan Cox, Luke Ryan, as well as Brandon Walker. Centers are Blake Acres, Andrew Brayshaw, as well as Jordan Clark. Half forwards are Sam Switkowski, Bailey Banfield, as well as Travis Collier. Full forwards are Nat Fyfe, Rory Lobb, Michael Walters, and followers are Sean Darcy, James Aish, as well as Caleb Sarong. Interchange sees David Mundy, Will Brodie, Lockie Schultz, as well as Ethan Hughes. Emergencies, Josh Tracy, Darcy Tucker, Mitch Croden, as well as Lloyd Meek. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about the outs first. Darcy Tucker omitted, Lloyd Meek omitted, and Michael Frederick, obviously, as well as Mitch Croden. Now, the ins, obviously, Michael Walters, Sam Switkowski, Nat Fyfe. Nat Fyfe is in, and I tell you what, I was just absolutely I couldn't wait. Nat Fyfe is in. He's obviously playing as a forward, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Obviously, frees up the midfield there for the players like Brayshaw and Sarong to go at it. Will Brodie as well. I'm going to be very interested to see how Will Brodie performs now. Obviously, Nat Fyfe is not in the midfield, but obviously at the same time, I just want to sort of see how that sort of chemistry works. Now, as for Nat Fyfe, really, the reality is, how does he position himself? Obviously, as he said himself, he's still not, he's going to be getting footy ready as the weeks go by, so it's not going to be the best sort of sample you'll be seeing, but in saying that, it's a sample nonetheless, and I'm just so happy the captain's back. He'll bring back leadership, expertise, and if it's a little bit rainy, which I'm hearing, again, just a bit of a good wet weather footy. In saying that, I'm just so excited. Obviously, the likes of Hayden Young, you feel confident there. Monday, obviously, Sutter. It's good to have Sutter back. Walters too. Travis Collier. I'm expecting, however, in my own opinion, Lockie Schultz to have a big game, and I'll explain later why I think I do. But overall, I'm just so excited. Bailey Banfield, Brandon Walker. I'm happy as. All right, guys. So the strengths and weaknesses. Look, last week against the Lions. Well, goodness me, when you're sort of spoiled for choice, when you've won a few games under your belt, when you've won a few games under your belt, it becomes apparent that sometimes your strengths are very, very good and your weaknesses are, a little bit tough to find. But I guess for mine, I still think it's that pressure in the inside 50. For us, I think we still got to do a bit more work there, whether that be defensively or even offensively. However, in saying that, I'm just liking what's sort of happening. Sometimes in the midfield too, like the Lions and obviously Melbourne too, and hey, the 2 prior games for that. Sometimes the midfield can get on top of us and we can sort of break down defensively, which is what happened. I think that's probably another weakness. So those are my opinions there. Also at the same time, I think another thing, one as well, is sometimes, just letting forwards of the opposition just sort of outmark us when there's about like 50 of us standing there. For some reason, just one forward seems to just jump up and go above the pack, and it's a little bit annoying. So can we clean that up, please, and thank you. Another thing I want to talk about as well is our strengths. And look, for mine, I think it's our goal kicking, our midfield, our attack, our defense. It's a plethora of things specifically, I think anyway, but I think specifically our clearances and transitions from the midfield, the way we just, even a bit of the hand, like the ground footy, so to speak, it's good. The kicking game is awesome. I like it. I enjoy it. So I think all over the park is good, and obviously the coach as well. All right, guys, so 5 players to watch. We'll go Hawks first. So for mine, I've got James Sicily, I've got Will Day, I've got Sam Butler, I've got Luke Bruce, as well as Dylan Moore. So those are my guys there. All right, so for Fremantle, in no particular order, but Nat Fyfe first and foremost. The captain is back. We can now sort of let our hair flow, so to speak. We can relax. We can just sort of sit back, enjoy a cuppa as Nat Fyfe goes to work. And I think that's sort of like the feeling around camp at the moment is Nat Fyfe is back. Everyone's happy. Everyone's ready to get at it. But at the same time, you just want to sort of let him build himself and progress. But Nat Fyfe absolutely 110% plays a big part in this game, and I hope he gets a goal as well. Number 2 for mine is Lockie Schultz. Now, I touched on it previously, but I think this is Lockie Schultz's game. I really do. A game where it's really rare for Lockie Schultz to score 0-0 in anything. I think this is a game where he'll jump up, and I expect him to have 3 to 4 goals. He's a very competitive player. He's shooter. He's called shooter for a reason. He knows exactly what he's doing, and to be fair with you, I don't think it was one of his better games at all last week. So again, he'll be very upset. Looking forward to this game. Very grateful, I'm sure, to be selected, but at the same time, I'd see him really making amends for last week's performance. Number 3 for mine, Andy Brayshaw. Come on. In terms of the midfield work he does so much heavy lifting. It's 80 kgs worth. It's 300 kgs worth. It's just a lot of heavy power lifting, and when he does things, it happens for us. Clearances, handballs, disposals is off the chain. His marks as well. Again, just his kicks too. The precise kicking from him is awesome. So again, absolutely looking forward to seeing him play. Number 4 for mine. This might surprise some of you guys, but I reckon for me, Rory Lobb. I think a game where he's slowly building confidence, in my opinion. He's slowly getting there, like he's slowly building this identity that I'm seeing in Rory Lobb that is a very good and a positive thing. The tall timber, obviously, but at the same time, strong marker. He's getting a bit aggressive. He's getting a bit more fast, a little bit more fitter, and it's really, really good to see. I expect him to, fingers crossed, play very well. Last but not least for mine, I've got Hayden Young. I have big raps with this young man here. Not only is he well spoken off the paddock, but on the paddock, on the field, he's an absolute menace for attackers, for followers, for forwards. So he is just so good to sort of watch play. He gets involved defensively, very, very good. His kicking game as well, the accuracy, the desperation. When Freo needs something done, particularly when, say, for example, the pressure is on, he's so calm and composed. It's amazing. Anyway, I'll stop there, but those are my 5. All right, guys, as we come into the predictions, look, it probably comes as to no surprise that Fremantle are the favourites. That's the reality. Even without Nat Fyfe, you throw Nat Fyfe in, and bang, there she goes. Now, I will say this though, I think Michael Frederick will be sorely missed. I would have loved to have seen him play, especially that match between him and Jaith. I would have absolutely loved it, but that's the way it goes. Obviously, a lesson learned, and I hope he really does learn it. But for me, in terms of everything that's happening, I still think Fremantle will be strong. I expect the Hawks to come in, right? This is the reality, guys. They're hurt. They haven't been. It's been a bit inconsistent, but they're currently 13th. It hasn't been their best season thus far, particularly when I think some people may have ranked them just a little bit higher than where they are. They're coming with a big season, wanting big things, and it just has not been delivering. Fremantle have shown this year that, how do I say this? There are just some games where we think they should win and they haven't. Case in point, Saints as well as Collingwood, right? And this game almost has a little bit of an upset buzz to it, but in saying that, I digress in every sense of the word. I do think, though, that Fremantle should do it. Despite what Hawthorn are feeling, I think they should. I reckon Fremantle win by, 20 points, 26 points, I reckon. Fremantle for me. So, the conclusion, right? The conclusion, so as I touched on it before, Hawks are hurt. They're sore, right? Things aren't going for them. They're in disarray. I'm sure there's probably a lot of meetings that we would probably love to hear, but aren't hearing. Obviously, a lot of accountability, self-reflection. But I'm saying that as Fremantle, we just need to focus in on us, focus in on what we do, focus in on our strengths, and more importantly, Nat Fyfe is here. And though there may be some of you out there who may see this as a bit of a a hindrance, perhaps even a bust to the chemistry that the boys have, I think actually Nat Fyfe being in this team is actually going to be a brilliant thing. And I expect big things. Obviously, I'm not saying he's going to return to that that Fyfe we all know, but I just think he's going to add a spark there that you can't get anywhere else. There's no other player in the AFL that can give you a spark much like Fyfe. He is just that type of player. And how blessed are we to have him? And on top of that as well, how good is it that we have him, especially when we're traveling this well? We are third. There are a lot of teams chasing our tail regarding standings. We just need to win this. All right, there's no ifs or buts. That's my conclusion. I wish everyone there all the best. All you fans go in there and cheer hard. Just have fun. I'm looking forward to it. Just quickly as well, my scarf game though, I love it. But in saying that, thanks again guys for watching. Give me your opinions. What are your thoughts? I cannot wait. Obviously, bring on Saturday. Looking forward to it. Cannot wait. Anyway, thanks again guys for watching. Appreciate it very, very much. Take it easy. Hawks.